The burial of Nefertiti. The burial chamber scans and their interpretation. Two of the four Factum Arte scans, those of the west and north walls, shed significant new light on KV62 and its development. B. North Wall Part 3. In continuation of the previous video. What is more, this mooted ownership may seemingly be demonstrated. Although the original, identifying inscriptions of the north wall decoration are now completely covered by later yellow overpaint, the still exposed figures of this original scene continue to display a good deal of attributable detail. In the case of the principal participant, those images of the pharaoh currently labeled as Tutankhamun and of the divinities, who carry this same royal face, the first and most revealing feature to be observed is an obvious line extending downwards on either side of the mouth. This so-called ornamental groove is regularly encountered as a defining feature of Nefertiti's later sculptural representations, and it appears in combination with other features assignable to this same woman, including a somewhat scooped brow and nose and a straight jawline with gently rounded chin. Not all of these features may now be observed in all of the relevant north wall figures, 73, but for this, there is a reason. Following the repainting in yellow of the north wall's white background, clearly there had been a need for the profiles to be neatened up, and this seems in places to have been carried out somewhat carelessly. Where the need for such re-outlining had been minimal, however, as, for example, in the case of the beard, wherein gods the jawline and chin are preserved as originally drafted, and their original forms readily discerned. Observed in all of the relevant north wall figures, but for this there is a reason. Following the repainting in yellow of the north wall's white background, clearly there had been a need for the profiles to be neatened up, and this seems in places to have been carried out somewhat carelessly. Where the need for such re-outlining had been minimal, however, as, for example, in the case of the beard, wherein gods the jawline and chin are preserved as originally drafted, and their original forms readily discerned. But it is in the facial structure of the second, ministering pharaoh in the opening of the mouth ceremony that we find final confirmation of the Nefertiti attribution. The Sem-priest's distinctive double under chin is a feature, not present in any image, currently recognizable as A, for whom this KV62 figure is now labeled. Unless added in error at the time of the north wall backgrounds, repainting and the figure's reassignment to A, it too must be a carryover from the scene's original, white ground employment as a corridor blind erected at the time of Nefertiti's funeral. The chin is very clearly that of an Amarna child, and in the present context that child is surely Tutankhamun, to whom, as Nefertiti's successor, fell the responsibility of ensuring that his predecessor was accorded a full, Osirian burial. As the face of KV62's pharaonic Sem-priest now suggests, it was a responsibility the young successor carried out to the letter, establishing for eternity not merely his piety, but the very legitimacy of his accession.